Sometimes you're asleep and you just can't make a meet. But don't you fret, we all sometimes forget. Stay tuned in case you missed it.
In case you missed it.
Hello and welcome to another amazing episode of In Case You Missed It. This is the series where we talk about all the things that we did in our live meets every week, just in case you weren't able to make it to the live meets. You don't have to miss things for music class here. Okay, so let's go over our live meet expectations and then what we planned on doing on the live meets this week. So this is the live meets for March 8th and 9th. You can see the day right there, March 8th and 9th of 2021. Here are our rules. Just to review them, read them on your own time. We've gone over them pretty much every week, and so we don't have to do that all the time. Okay, and now what is our goal for today? Well, primarily we're going to be doing note name practice. We're taking a break from recorders for at least 1 week, and then we're going to come back to them real soon. But we wanted to do our note name practice like we've been doing like once a month since the beginning of the year. First, we talked about concerts. We talked about how we're going to do a one recorder song at least, one singing song at least, and then maybe something else. The one new bit of information is our recorder song is going to be a 3-note song, a song that probably is going to involve the 3 notes B, A, and G. All right, so we're going to do B, A, and G, those 3 notes right there for our recorder song. Then we're going to review note name strategies because we're going to be doing General Music Jeopardy today. And then after Jeopardy, which is review, we're going to be doing a note name quiz, which is going to be attached with this material. And so you can click on that and take your note name quiz. But remember, only for those who haven't made 100%. I have told every student who has received 100% already. So if I've told you that you've got 100%, then you don't have to take it again. If I haven't told you, I need you to take, after you watch this video, go ahead and take that quiz. It's very quick. It should take only about 5 minutes or so. So quickly, let's go back and review our note name strategies. We've talked about 2 different strategies so far. The first strategy is the acronym strategy. Remember, we have the 2 different acronyms, FACE and Every Good Boy Does Fine. FACE is for space notes. I like to use FACE and space because they rhyme. Right? Space, face, it just makes sense. So if you're looking at a note that is in between the lines, it's like right here in between the lines on a staff, that's a space note. It's in the space between the lines. And then so you know that the note names are the letters that spell out the word face, F-A-C-E. And that is going from the bottom up. So the bottom space is going to be F, and then the space on top of it is A, then C, then E as you go up the staff. There's only 4 spaces, so there's only 4 note names, F-A-C-E. F-A-C-E as you go up the staff. The other acronym is Every Good Boy Does Fine. And that's for lines. I like Every Good Boy Does Fine because fine rhymes with line. So if you're looking at a note that is on a line, it's like here's the staff line and the note is sitting right on it. That is going to be a line note. And so he's like, well, the note is on a line, so Every Good Boy Does Fine. And Every Good Boy Does Fine are the first letters of those words are the note names of each line. And once again, we always start at the bottom and we work our way up. So on this line, every good boy does fine. E, G, B, D, F as we go up doing that. The next strategy we talked about was the counting strategy. With a counting strategy, you're going to have an anchor note. An anchor note is one note that you already know. There's 2 anchor notes that we have. We have the G, because remember the treble clef is the G clef, and where it swirls, right there is the G line. Or there's the B. With our recorder, we know that the very middle line is a B. That's the first note we learned on recorder. Hopefully we all have that memorized already. And so the B at the very middle line of the staff, those are our 2 anchor notes. And from there, you can count up or down to find any note on the staff. If you let's say we start at the B and we want to go up. Let's say if the note is above the B, we just count with our alphabet. We go B, we know that one. The next space up is C. The next line up is D, E, F, etc. As you go up, you just go forward on the alphabet as you go up. Or if the note is below the note that you know, then you count backwards through the alphabet. So if we're at B and we want to go down, we go B and then A. And then before A is G. We remember that from the clock thing we showed you before. So A, G, F. We're going backwards through the alphabet, E, etc. So either of those methods work for finding your note names. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of General Music Jeopardy. It's going to be a little weird not having you guys here with me. This is just a review, but I'm going to go through part of this, not all of it. We're going to go through part of General Music Jeopardy. If you don't recall how Jeopardy works, you choose a category and you choose a point value, and that will give you a question. So each of these boxes, there's 30 boxes here. There's one hidden behind my picture. There's 30 boxes here that you can click on, and there's a question behind each one. So you would say, I want line notes for 600. And so I'd click there and we'd get that question. The categories are space notes, line notes, instruments, where I show you a picture of an instrument and you have to tell me the name of it, dynamics, and reading music. Both of these categories have to do with symbols. Which musical symbols, what are their names, or what do they mean? And then music time was a category where we it was just general trivia about the music time show, like silly things, kind of a fun category. Today for this, we're just going to go down the space notes category and the line notes category, and I'm going to talk you through how you're going to find out each note. Okay, let's do the space notes first. So here we have this space note. It is the bottom space, and so I'm going to be like, okay, well, it's a space note. That means all the notes are the word face. So that means from the bottom, it goes F, A, C, E. Since this is the bottom one, that makes that an F. Correct answer is F. For 400, well, once again, it's a space note, so we're going to go F, A, C. That makes that note a C. Right here, we're going to start at the bottom, F, A. That makes that note an A. The second space is an A. Top space, so F, A, C, E. That makes that note an E. And then right here, oh, it's kind of a repeat, but F, A. That note is an A. Okay, so you're counting your spaces, F, A, C, E, etc. That's how it works. Okay, let's do our line notes. So here is this middle line. We already know this one because it's one of our anchor notes. We know it's a B, but I also want to show you the acronym method. So remember, every good boy does fine. E, G, B, D, F, every good boy does fine. So we start at the bottom line, every good boy, boy. So that note is a B. For 400, right here, right underneath it. So every good is a G. Also, it's one of our anchor notes, so we know it's a G. 600, every. It's E, every. If we were doing anchor notes, we'd be here, we know this is a G, we go backwards. Before G is F, before F is E, and we'd still get the same answer. So we know what the note is E. Ooh, the very top one. So every good boy does fine. Fine is F. So the top note is an F. Last question here. Right, kind of in the upper part here. So every good boy does. So the note is a D. Or if we're doing the anchor note method, the counting method, we know that this middle line is B. So we go forward on the alphabet, B, C, and then D. And there's our answer. Okay, so we didn't finish when we were doing this live in our meeting. We did not finish all the questions, and so I think next week we might go back and just finish the questions just for fun, because it's a fun thing. I don't know. We enjoyed ourselves on this Music Jeopardy. So those are how you do your note names. So now I feel like you're probably more prepared than before to take your note name quiz. So if you don't know what those look like, let's quickly look at the note name quiz. Like I said, this note name quiz is attached to this material. So once you watch this video, you can go and take your note name quiz. We have very simple first name, last name, grade, school, etc. And then we have the grid. So here's all these different notes, and with each note is a number. So this is note number 1, note number 2, note number 3, all the way through 16. Okay, so you only have to name 16 notes. And so here for note number 1, is it A, B, C, D, E, F, or G? And you're going to click in on what note you think it is. And for note number 2, etc. So this is notes 1 through 6, 7 through 12 are here. It's the same picture. This picture and this picture is the same. It's just I could only do 6 questions per. And then here is 13 through 16. Okay. If you get 100%, you are done. You never have to take it again. And if you get an 80% or above, then you've met my goal in terms of you're getting the right amount of stuff. You're doing a good job. I'm happy with that score. But I want you to keep trying until you get a perfect score. Okay, that's it for us today on In Case You Missed It. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you in our next live meet. Bye-bye.